Hi guys, it's April, and before this year ends, I thought it would be good to look back at where I put my goals for 2019 and where I actually ended up. So at the beginning of the year, right before 2019 started, I put out a goals video. And then in the middle of the year, I did a look back on how I've been doing so far, and I may have added a few more goals to that list because I just can't help myself. So now I'm going to go through all of the goals from both of those videos and just kind of percolate on how I succeeded and how I may not have succeeded. The first goal I always put out there is always my Goodreads goal. This year I set it for 130 books with a stretch goal of 200 books. I knew this year was going to be a little bit crazy for me because my best friend was getting married and we had family vacations and things that we were going to be doing, but I didn't anticipate moving in the middle of that as well. So that completely threw off all of my reading. But it is safe to say I reached that 130 goal. I didn't get to the 200. I have about 48 hours left to do some reading in. I want to read a few more books, but it is safe to say that I will not be hitting that 200, but I safely hit that 130. I am hoping to do a stats video at the beginning of next year that goes over everything I read in 2019 because I want to give myself these 2 days to get a little bit more reading in and finish up some things I've already got started. There I will lay out how much I've read in each genre, how many pages I've read, which months I read the most in, and it'll just be a nerdy geek party that I'm really excited about doing. The next goal is a goal I've had on my list for the last couple of years, and that is to go to one Bookish event. I can say I have successfully done this one. I went to Booknet Fest this year. It was definitely an interesting experience, and I really truly enjoyed meeting some of you guys there. I finally got to meet Shae in person, so that was a highlight of my trip. And of course, just to see how everything is going in the community and how people want to grow, I think it was good to see that. I also added being more interactive with community on my list because I have a tendency to pull back a little bit sometimes where I'm posting things and I'm sort of reaching out and talking to people. I wanted to get more active on Twitter and talking in that community, more active on Instagram and talking in that community, and having more of a back and forth. I don't think I have quite found that balance yet. I have a tendency to do a lot of my posting during the week, during the day, and not necessarily in the evening or the weekend. I kind of save that for family time, so I don't have my electronics with me as much, but I also know that the community is mostly talking in the evening and on the weekend. Not sure how I'm going to find that balance because I do really want to be part of the conversation and part of the community. I think it is something that I'm going to be continuing to work on, but with that being said, I had on my list more live shows. Shae and I have started a book club where we do a live show over a book we've read each month. That was really, really fun. I really enjoyed that. I've also have my coloring live streams. However, once I moved, things started falling apart a little bit, and I think it's because I haven't quite found my rhythm again. Things are a little in flux where I'm at filming wise. We are trying to finish the basement, and that's where I really want to get my filming done. So right now we're in the front room of the new home. There are a lot of distractions because I am right in front of a window. Sometimes I feel like people are watching me, so I haven't quite gotten back into the rhythm of filming and live streaming like I wanted to. It is something I'm hoping to find my balance again in the coming year. Like I said, we are going to be finishing the basement. We are still talking to contractors, but hopefully that'll kind of push me to get back into the community as I have been in the past. And then I talked about the creative side of my channel. I had started this coloring in chapter concept where I had a speed color and I read part of a book to it. Puss in Boots was the only one that I did this year. I think it is safe to say that I have fallen out of like with the concept. I don't enjoy editing them as much as I did in the beginning. So I have switched over more to just doing speed colors of the things that I have been coloring over the live stream for the people who want to see that process but don't necessarily want to sit through the awkwardness of the conversations that I have or the stop and go that sometimes happens, especially when you live in a zoo and the animals want to get in on the action. So I have put together a few of those speed colors. I'm still getting into the swing of how I want to edit and film and do all of those. Overall, the creativity is there, but I do want to push it a little further than it has gone this year. I have put a new goal for that in my 2020 goals if you want to go check those out. I didn't quite get to where I wanted to this year, but I tried. I don't know. I did sort of a success, but not really. And last but not least, I added midway through the year another goal, and that was to bring my TBR, my physical TBR, down to under 200 books. I have successfully added to my physical TBR, and now it's over 300 books. So I completely obliterated that. I didn't read as much this year as I was hoping to read, and then the library book sale happened, and I may have gone a little bit crazy with that. I went really crazy with that. So it is something that is going to become a higher priority for me in the coming year. Once again, I have my goals out if you want to check those out, but that is one of them. I was successful in at least 2 of my goals, but the other 4 I didn't hit the way I wanted to. So I have about a 33% success rate for my goals. I'm hoping 2020 is a year of rebounding. Who knows? We'll see. I'm not completely devastated by how I did. I'm still here, I'm still reading, I'm still enjoying doing everything that I'm doing, so I count that successful even if I didn't hit all of my goals. And of course, if you want to see the stats of my reading for 2019, subscribe down below, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.